Okay, and three don'ts.
Three don'ts. Don't commit halfway. Don't be wishy-washy, I guess is another way to say it. Don't try to ride two horses at one time. You end up falling off both. It doesn't work. Make a commitment to one and then ride as fast as you can. And one other don't be lazy like the world's laziest networker. I don't know. I
Okay,
didn't spend much time on that list.
thanks for the plug. Now, do you build with meetings? I know at New Skin you did meetings, or are you doing more just staying home? I think one of the things that we failed to mention, you're kind of a modest guy this way, is I know that you're a single dad and you have a 2-year-old. So I know that you'd shared with me previously that you're looking for something you could do 100% from home. So that's kind of been a transition for you.
Yeah, well, I don't know if modest is the right word. Maybe more like embarrassed that I'm a single dad. I mean, it's obviously not the place that you want to be, but it's a situation where doing meetings over the phone, over the internet is great. It's taking advantage of technology. I love that. If we'd had it 15 years ago, 20 years ago, we would have done it then. Instead, we had hotels and venues, a lot of meetings in homes, and that's the way that we had to do it because we couldn't do it. Here I am talking to you. How far away are we? 8,000 miles
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
And you're in Hawaii. I'm in D.C. That's pretty far away. We just couldn't do it way back when. Today, we have the ability. I tell people in the time it takes you to get in the car and drive to meet with somebody, you could do 3 more meetings. So, why wouldn't you use that technology? And, of course, it's always great to get together face-to-face, enjoy each other's company, and get to know each other even better in person. There's no replacing that, but I don't think you need to do that to get your organization rolled out and in place initially. Over the first 90 days of my last company, to crank it up to over $30,000 in my 3rd month, I did 0 meetings. When people said to me, hey, let's meet over lunch, I said, hey, you can eat all the food you want while I talk to you over the internet. It's not a problem, or the phone, either one.
Oh, the internet offers some really cool advantages. Obviously, you've been able to leverage them, but it also creates some challenges. Most notably, in my experience, an unrealistic idea of what it takes to build a large self-perpetuating organization and how long it'll take. What's your opinion of that? Do you think that people feel that way? That do you think people get an unrealistic idea of what it's going to take with all the stuff that's out there online?
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, we all, I'm included in that. We all have unrealistic expectations. You want to bring on 2 people, and then you want one of them to go make you $1,000,000. I mean, it's human nature. We would love it to be easier than it is. Reality is, you got to go out there and talk to a lot of people. But here's also reality: if you talk to 3 or 4 new people a day, over a year, you're talking to 1,000 new people.
Right.
And last time I checked, if you talk to 1,000 people about anything, you're going to make a lot of money. I mean, 1,000 people hearing about a coat hanger, you're going to find some buyers.
Yeah, my mentor told me if I talked to 1,000 people, I'd sponsor a few just because they felt sorry for me. I think that's how it started.
That was it.
True or false? Okay, and you can tell us why you feel that way. Just like any occupation, if we're going to be successful, we need to learn some new skills.
Sure, absolutely. And you're learning every day in this business. I mean, you find someone who's got all the answers in this, they're retired. And they've probably forgotten more than they knew when they were working hard.
With your experience and the success you've had behind you, if you knew what you knew, but this was your first month in network marketing, knowing what you know now, but you were brand new, what would you do differently or the same?
I knew you were going to say that. What would I do differently? I would do everything differently because when I was brand new, I was young and dumb. I didn't know up from down, and I had to do everything wrong and figure my way it out. Work my way through all of my mistakes. Luckily, at some point, somebody brilliant like you told me you can learn from OPE, other people's experience. So I didn't have to learn everything the hard way. I could actually find someone who had made the money and say, hey, what'd you do? And so one of the first things I did best after I messed everything up, I interviewed everyone I could find who made the big bucks, kind of like what you're doing now. And I grilled everyone. How many people did you recruit? How many people did they recruit? How long did it take you? what did you say? What was your attitude? You know, how long did it take you to get up to a five-figure check? You know, I really grilled them to get specifics on what people needed to do, what I needed to do to get there. And having the courage to do that, maybe I was just, like I said, ignorant, young, and dumb. I was just dumb enough to go and ask those kind of questions and not really care what kind of, you know, oh my gosh, how could you ask me those types of things? I wasn't really worried about that reaction. Didn't even consider it, I don't think. I just said, I need that information. You got it. I'm going to go get it.
Well, I think the real nugget in what you're sharing is that you're able to put your ego aside and ask people who are successful what they do. I just think that that's just the way to go. So we're going to wrap up with 7 short questions here that we don't give anybody until they do one of these interviews. And just a quick answer, your gut feeling, so they can get a real snapshot of what you really like. Number 1, your favorite sound.
My favorite sound?
Sound.
Drums.
Drums. I thought you were going to say swish.
That was close to
Your least favorite sound.
You know, I was writing on the blackboard in church today. I'll go with it.
Okay.
Hanging up on the blackboard.
John, what's your favorite word?
My favorite word?
Favorite word.
Yes.
Okay. And your least favorite word?
No.
Well, I know you got a 2-year-old. You're going to hear no a lot.
I'm hearing no all day now.
You're
Actually,
my
favorite
okay.
word is I'll try.
Other than network marketing, is there what other occupation would you like to try if you couldn't do this?
Sportscaster.
Yeah.
I'd say pro player, but I don't think that's realistic.
And what occupation would you not like to try?
Well, I've already done it. That would be military. Luckily, I didn't get called to a time of war, so that would done getting all serious on you. That would be, reality is there a lot of guys aren't returning home and they don't get paid nearly what their, risk is on their lives.
Right. Okay, and the last question to close everything out. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I know that you did your best.
Wow, beautiful. Fantastic. John, thanks so much for doing this. We really appreciate you taking the time and sharing those nuggets, asking other people what their experience was. What a great nugget right there. Peace be the journey. Continued success for you and your daughter, Sophia, and hopefully we'll see you in Kauai soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mark.